What's going on, guys? Today we're going to run through how to do the Gangbanger Robbery in GTA 5 Online. We'll be tackling all setups, meaning all planning work including the optional mission, as well as all the mandatory tasks, and I'm going to show you how to easily get all challenges when doing the finale. We have a lot to get to, so with that said, let's get right into it. Alright, so if this is your first time doing it, obviously you're going to have a scope out. Because I've already done this robbery before, I'm not going to have a scope out, but trust me, it's super easy and just like all the other ones. All you got to do is go to a location, in this case the police station in Mission Row, and just snap a couple pics of points of interest, then just head out of there and you're good to go. Now, once you've completed the scope out, you're going to have to start doing planning work. The first planning work mission we're going to tackle is the Police Maverick. When the mission starts, you're going to be told to go to the Weasel News building, and we're going to be looking for a signal box. There are 3 different locations the signal box can be. One is going to be right here where I first landed, the other one could be on the left side of the building, and the one that I actually ended up getting was on the right side of the building. And regardless of which location it is, you're going to be doing the same thing. Now go and hack the signal box. This is the same sort of thing that you do on the Cayo Perico scope out. We're going to be doing some multiplication and addition. When you open it up, you're going to have 3 numbers and 3 symbols. Each symbol corresponds to a different number of multiplication, meaning if you see an X, that's going to be times 10. You see the box with the 1 through it, it's times 1. You see a box with 2 lines through it, times 2, and so on. So the number we need to get to is 15, so we're going to do 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 1 is 3, add those all up, you got 15. Alright, now we just got to watch this little clip of them telling us where the copter is going to be, and now we can get out of here. Alright, now it looks like the location we have to go to is St. Fiacre Hospital. Now let me just warn you, unless you lock onto the other helicopter or some of the cops on the roof, I think your best bet is to land right next to your helicopter, get in, and go. Regardless, as long as we didn't destroy this thing, nothing really changes. All you gotta do is fly in this direction. I'd say try and head toward Benny's or the Lamar Davis icon, because the location you have to drop it is right next to that. And then obviously just stay out of the way of any police or police helicopters. If it's easier, you can just go really high up in the air, and then wait until the cops are off of you. Once you're clear of the cops, land that thing near the yellow circle, and leave the area. Now this part is up to you. You can go to one of the tasks that are around the area, and now that I'm looking back on it, I kind of wish I did that, but since I'm so close to my salvage yard, I just decided to head back there and get going with the next mission. Speaking of the next planning work mission, it's time to get us some tactical gear. So when the mission starts, you're going to get a location, mine being Pillbox Hill. Not sure if this changes because I'm pretty sure I get this one every time, but essentially what we're doing here is breaking into this lockup, checking trucks to see where the gear is, and taking that truck and driving back to your salvage yard. Don't even worry about killing the people outside, just pull up right next to the yellow circle, and maybe if you want, just knock into this guy so he gets out of the way, and then go ahead and head inside. Now you're going to go down a flight of steps here, and I'm going to tell you right now, you should be ready for what you're about to see when you go in. There's going to be a bunch of enemies in here, and they're all going to do some serious damage to you if you don't immediately take cover. Now once you feel like you've taken everybody out, go ahead and start looking in those trucks. It doesn't matter which order you look in, but eventually you're going to open the trunk of one of these trucks, and even if you feel like you don't see anything in there, the game will let you know that this is the right truck. As soon as you get outside, you're going to have people right in front of you. Doesn't matter, just drive right through them. Now obviously at this point, all you got to do is get this gear back to your salvage yard, and we're good to go. Now the first couple times that I ran this robbery, I didn't do the optional mission, and to be honest, it's absolutely fine that you don't. You can easily get through it without worrying about this, but in the spirit of making everything easier, especially when it comes to the finale, I decided to do it because it doesn't take very long, and to be honest, it just gave me more peace of mind knowing that I'll be able to run through the police station without having to stun 10 or more officers versus the 4 or 5 that you get to deal with if you do the optional mission. So when the disrupt equipment mission starts, you're going to have to go to an LSPD lockup location, break in, and destroy the equipment. You only have to take out a couple cops outside, and there should be roughly 3 more once you get into the lockup. Just go ahead and take all of them out, and then take out some sort of explosive and pop the equipment. Now as soon as you do that, they're going to tell you to locate the shipment schedule, which should be right next to the equipment that you just destroyed. Once you do that, head outside, and then just like the other optional missions, you're going to be given 3 locations of vehicles currently moving the equipment. So as usual, make sure whatever you're using, you're able to blow them up. Head to all 3. Now as soon as you finish that mission, you can choose to retire or not, it's completely up to you. I always do just to make sure I don't get raided. But now's where you're going to start doing the tasks. Immediately head toward the ammunition that has the duffel bag near it. My recommendation is to just shoot the doors and kill the guy without going inside, so you don't have to worry about him once you locate the duffel bag. There's a few places it could be. One location could be right through this doorway to the left near the office. Another location can be even further back near the lockers in the corner. And if you haven't found it yet, then go into the shooting range and chances are it'll be there. Now we're not taking these back to the salvage yard, we're actually going to the police station with these to stash them. Now once you get to the police station, you can't spend a lot of time here, so make sure you go directly toward the area with the gate and land by this dumpster, because that's where we're going to be stashing them. Then just get out of there before the suspicion level rises too much, and head directly for another task. Alright, so the duffel bag I pulled up on was the Getaway Vehicle, so this one's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to break into this garage right here, and just like the last time, there's going to be a lot of people in here, so if you happen to remember to do this, use the CEO ability to drop Bullshark Testosterone, or BST, and take that before you go inside. This way you're going to take less damage, and be able to run through everybody in here a lot more easily. Really, the only person you have to worry about is the guy over to the right, because he'll be able to kill you from behind while taking cover. So just make sure you take him out early on, and then start moving in. Now there's a bunch of different getaway vehicle options in here, but I decided to go with the Anis Euros because it's fast and super easy to handle. Although, to be completely honest, I'm not using this getaway vehicle anyway, and you'll see what I mean when we get to the finale. Once you get in, leave the garage, and again, we're not bringing this to our salvage yard, we're stashing it near the police station at a marked location. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, just make sure you get to the location and click whatever button you need to confirm the drop off. Now just leave the area and you completed the task. Like before, as soon as you completed the last one, head directly for the next task location. Again, that'll be the duffel bag flashing on your map. Now we're going to be looking for stun guns so we don't end up killing any of the cops at the police station. This is by far the easiest task to complete. Go to the location and search the parking lot for the security vehicle. It's typically a white vehicle with blue writing that says patrol. All you have to do once you locate it is walk up to the trunk, click the button to open it up, and then click again to steal the stun guns. This time, bring it back to the salvage yard and we're done. So now that all the mandatory planning work and tasks are completed, there are two things that we should do before we start the finale. First, go ahead and grab some snacks. You can either do that at the small table up in the office in the salvage yard, or while we're out doing the second thing that we have to do. To me, this is the most important part of the entire robbery. It's a pretty simple idea, but it's a big help in getting away from the cops once you leave the police station. And it not only allows you to take Tiny to the airport quickly, but then once you successfully deliver him there, you can quickly go to the location where the robbery vehicle is. And because it's the Sparrow, you have lock-on missiles that you can use to take out all the gang members in your way. So go to this part of the police station near this gate, because this is where we're going to be exiting from. Now just call in your Sparrow and park it right here next to this gate. Now I noticed there's something weird about this. If you park it this close to the gate, during the robbery, the gate will remain open when you get outside, but that doesn't mean that you should just run right through it. You'll still have to destroy the control panel. If you don't, and you decide to get in your chopper and leave, the objective to destroy the control panel will still be up, and you'll never actually be able to continue with the robbery. So just remember, even if you see the gate open, you still need to shoot the control panel once you get your weapons. Okay, so now that we have snacks and our Sparrows in place, we're ready to start the finale. Alright, so once you spawn in for the robbery, head directly to the building where you stashed the police Maverick. Once you get there, hop in and start heading to the Mission Row police station. Now look, when you go to land this helicopter, ideally you'd like it to be over to the right and more so close to the edge from the direction you're coming from versus in the center, but it truly doesn't matter as long as you don't cause any chaos or blow it up. Now you'll see where I landed it here isn't the greatest place for it because it's hitting into the building here, but again, it didn't disrupt anything, and more importantly, it's still in a location where I can jump up onto it in order to throw the BZ gas into the ventilation. Now I'm going to recommend you do this in first person, because then you're able to throw the gas canisters more accurately while holding the stun gun. So go ahead and stun the first police officer you see right next to the door, and then immediately run over here to the right and jump up in this second part of the roof. Now just aim your stun gun roughly in this location, as if you're going to shoot into the ventilation shafts, and I'm not sure what controls it is on anything else, but on Xbox, you click the left D-pad to throw the canister. Again, make sure you're doing this while zooming in so you can throw it more accurately. Now go back over to where we parked that helicopter, and jump up onto it. From here, we're going to do the same thing we did before, and zoom in with the stun gun to throw the BZ gas into the ventilation units. Yes, you can absolutely jump down from here, go around to each of these, and throw them in individually, but it's going to take way longer. You may not get the hang of this the first time. Trust me, it took me 4 or 5 runs before I started to figure out where I needed to throw this, but if you can figure it out, it really saves you a lot of time and makes things a lot easier. Now of course we're going to get the cutscene where the guy comes out coughing, and now I'm going to recommend you stay in first person pretty much until we get back outside. Now we go in this door, head down the 3 flights of stairs, and as soon as you get to the bottom, bust through this door, and then immediately go in the door to the left. This is going to be the first location where you can find the keys. You will have a cop in the back of the room, so go ahead and take him out really quick, and then if you don't see the keys here, move on to the next location. So we're going to head back out, open this door into what looks like the lobby. Now we're going to go into the second location, which is inside the captain's office. There is going to be an officer standing behind the desk, so go ahead and stun him, and it should be quick to figure out whether or not the keys are here, and if they're not, run straight over to these double doors, and then immediately make a right into the next set of doors. If you haven't found them already, this should be where the cell keys are. Once you have them, make a break for the stairs. Once you get down, take out the guy immediately to the right, and now we're not going to have to worry about anybody until after we free Tiny. The next step is going to be to access the computer in order to unlock the door leading to the cells. So we're going to head to this desk and hack the computer. I'm sure we're all used to these sort of hacks by now, so go ahead and figure it out and then head over to the cell. And then use the keys to unlock Tiny's cell door. Now as soon as you do that, watch your back because a cop is going to spawn in the room where you just hacked the computer. So make sure to take him out before moving on. Now just wait for Tiny to open up the next door, and then come up here to the left and wait in the corner. Don't go outside yet because 2 officers are going to run in, and your best bet to avoid them is to wait until they just get inside and then run straight past them so you don't have to deal with them shooting you. If you go out too early, they're going to wait for you and shoot you right there. So just wait for them to bust through the doors. As soon as you see the second guy, go ahead and run right past them and head right for the dumpster where we stashed those weapons during one of the tasks. Now I just want to show you this. This is exactly what I was talking about. The gate is technically open, so me and Tiny can actually leave here and get away with no issue. However, the objective to destroy the control panel will still be active and we won't be able to move on to the next part of the robbery, which is bringing Tiny to the airport. So make sure you shoot the control panel so that it registers. Now all you have to do is get in the chopper, wait for Tiny, and then take off heading straight for the airport. If you stay at a certain height, you won't have to worry about any of the cops on the ground. All you really have to look out for are the police helicopters that sometimes can spawn near you. And if they happen to, like it did to me over the airport, just get out of their view really quickly. Or if you really want to get away from the potential of any of the cops seeing you, then just go out and fly over the water. Otherwise, just wait for the cops to stop chasing you, and then land Tiny as close as you can to that yellow circle. Now just make sure you get out of the helicopter or nothing will happen. Once Tiny's taken off, he's going to give you the location of the robbery vehicle. So now I'm just going to take my Sparrow over to the Vagos hideout. And like I said, because of those lock-on missiles, this really shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to clear them out pretty quickly and without losing even a pinch of health. Now just run over to the garage, obviously make sure it can open, get inside the robbery vehicle, and book it toward the salvage yard. Now that we made it back, you can see we finished the Gangbanger robbery with all challenges completed. We got 10k for not killing any cops, 10k for completing the jailbreak within 3 minutes, 10k for Tiny still having over 75% health, and then 20k for completing all challenges. So we got ourselves a bonus reward of 50k on top of the money that we're about to make from selling this vehicle. Alright, so I know that was a lot, and I'm sure there's quicker ways of going about the setup missions, but all in all, we got everything done within an hour, and once you start getting used to using the Sparrow to escape, and how to throw the BZ gas into the ventilation units, the Gangbanger Robbery finale really shouldn't give you many problems from here on out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully all this information helps make this robbery a lot easier for you in the future. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Skull.